We are ready to head out this morning. You know, we talked about watching the sky. We've had crystal clear skies the whole time we're here. But not so now. Very, very smoky now. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's really thick down where we're headed. Guess we'll head down there. See what's going on. Hopefully we'll never find out. Okay, you're right. We'll go that way. You're right. I think. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, see, it's not so good this way either. Just keep going, buddy. Won't last forever. But now that steep stuff on the backside of the lake. There was fishing here, that kind of surprised me. Get away from the tree. Of course, can't do that. You can't go finding a better route there, buddy. This is the worst of it. Keep coming there, my friend. Attaboy. Attaboy. Well, I'm optimistic about that smoke. It's thick, but I think it's drifted in from someplace a few miles away at least, and maybe all the way from Oregon. Let's go, bud. Come on now. You have to go down this. There's no other way. No negotiating on this spot. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. You guys remind me to check that pack when we get off this crappy shit. I mean, when we get off this crappy stuff. See? Not so bad here. When my brother and I cleaned this trail, we were really glad to get up there to the lake plateau. It was a relief. Well, we should be about 3/4 way down this steep stuff. One complication, these horses are always looking to get off the path because they think the rocks are going to be better on the edge of the path rather than on it. Sometimes they're right, but not most of the time. One thing I didn't mention when we were talking back there at the lake, you should never hold your lead rope in a loop like that. Hold it in a loop like that, because this loop will not tighten on your hand and trap you to your pack horse. And you should never tie a loop around your saddle horn. You might think if the pack horse is dragging, you just tie him on your saddle horn and let this horse pull him. Well, you don't want this horse to work harder and do that. But if something happens, that pack horse goes down and decides to take an odd turn. If he's tied to your saddle horse, he might end up pulling you sideways off the trail. You can get really hurt by tying your horses together. I know those experienced packers with those mules, they tie a whole string of them together, but I'll bet they're not tied to a saddle horse. But on those really hazardous spots, you want to be a free agent, you want to have the option of being a free agent. Yeah, this is looking all right. Smoke is even looking better. I saw no sign of anyone camping at that lake for years. No footprints from this year, no horse prints. Didn't see any sign of horses. What I did see is someone on a motorcycle has made this entire trip. In some of these spots, I gotta hand it to the guy who made that on a motorcycle. But it is time to get out of these mountains. Hopefully before the hunters try to come in, it'll rain or snow or something. Get things greened up again. Okay, we're out of the nasty stuff. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Over the past 40 years, this stretch of real estate right here has flashed through my mind. I can remember what I was thinking at, I don't know, 20 years old, 19 years old, as I passed through here. No, I'm not going to tell you what it was. It's a little known fact, but all of the cattle drive cowboys in the 1800s in Texas had GoPros on their hat. People ask me, why do you go to places like this by yourself? And people try to talk me out of it. And of course they're right. But my schedule is different than everyone. I always invite people along. But if I have a chance to go, you know, I don't get a chance to come up here very often. So if I get a chance, I'm going to take it, even if no one can come with me. But in that bad spot coming in, where I had to separate the horses, a second person would have been real handy. Now, I wouldn't have had to leave that pack horse by himself. That was probably the most risky thing I did on this trip, was separating the horses. And old Jesse, he almost got himself in a bad way up there. He was in a bad way, but he got out without being hurt too much. He was scuffed up a bit. And when I got to the top, if there was a second person there, he'd have been looking at my pack and telling me that I was in trouble at that point. I was in trouble then, didn't even know it. But Jesse, to his credit, didn't blow up. You guys are doing super. Good horses this summer. I always appreciate these horses. They do a great job in the show. They do amazing things and they're funny, especially Gypsy. Gypsy's really funny. This guy, Jesse, he either has a bit of a mean streak or he has an advanced sense of humor. I'm not sure which. But he does a great job in the show, and every day when I'm done with his routine and I'm not injured, I breathe a sigh of relief. He's never hurt. I've never been really injured. I've never been unable to do the next show. But he's left a few marks on me, all on my face, of course. He has a great rear up. He just goes straight in the air. Sometimes he uses it in a joking manner. I'm seeing elk prints on this trail that are as big as the hoof prints. That elk must be huge. Saw quite a bit of elk manure and footprints up at the lake. And lots of deer. I heard one of the two go past the camp and when the horses were headed back one day. I didn't see him. But I didn't see any bear sign. That's good. If my focus is on breaking a branch or adjusting the camera or getting a drink of water, this horse is off the trail immediately. I think they sense when you're not paying attention. And then they don't pay attention. Nice thing about a horse though, their ears or their whole head will show you what they think is important to be paying attention to. Okay, good choice there, bud. When you see a bunch of rocks coming up in the trail, you see this horse's head going from side to side looking for a way to get around them. I say these trails have been pretty well kept. Yeah, I've ducked a lot of branches, but that's not a problem. What is a problem is being on a steep rocky trail, come on bud, stay in there, and having to jump a log at the same time. I remember that log. But I haven't had to step over any logs this whole summer that were across the trail. So someone's been up here in the spring and cut them all back. Forest Service, I suppose. Anyway, thank you guys. You made it very nice. Keep going. The pack horse that thinks he's faster than you. Attaboy. You cut on a tree now? Who? You're okay. You're okay. You went the wrong side of the tree, didn't you? Attaboy. Come on, let's get out of this shit. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Attaboy. Attaboy. Give the pack horse time to figure it out. You want a drink? Hoping that was our last tough spot, but I don't recall this trail at this point. Well, we're getting closer to the bottom. For the most part, the trail's not bad. Good job, guys. Keep going. Another 15-20 minutes, it'll be less rocky for you. In just a little ways, we're going to hang a right onto a different trail. It'll take us out of here, but it'll also take us to that spot where Gypsy refused to go a month ago when we were here. That's where we came from, right up there. This kind of trail that the horses like. Not too steep and no rocks. You ought to be able to make some time on this one. Don't tell Gypsy, but this is where he got scared last time we were through here. Although he's walking at a really good pace, I don't think he's scared. I think there must have been a bear down here last time. But whatever was is gone now. He's pretty concerned about that tree. Now if we were going the other direction, these horses would be wanting to stop here and eat grass. There's somebody's home. I don't think they're in though. Only thing left really standing is a stove. Come on out. Get in here. Come on, let the other horse go. Go. Okay, let's do it. Last leg of our journey. We're approaching a local landmark. This is called Dennis's Log, right here. Remember that log, Dennis? I just talked to some locals who say that smoke is from the Sawtooth Mountains here. me here again. We made it.